What do you think it is about your passion for the purposes that you've worked on that led you to success? What's the connection between that fuel and the outcomes?
It's for sure my own experiences, right? So for my freshman year of college, I was always inclined to policy and politics in a community way and curious about my environment. But then my freshman year of college, I read Faces at the Bottom of the Well by Derek Bell. He's a critical race theory legal scholar. And I was like, oh my God, this is basically what my city looks like. This is what my community looks like. I just didn't know the right terms.
Mm.
So all of a sudden, I now understand what inequity looks like. I now can understand why my school did not have the same resources as this shiny school 2, 3 blocks away or across the tracks, right? And I think that made me angry. And then there was a sense of righteous indignation, right? Which is essentially the thing that lights the fire. And it makes you want to rectify or bring justice into the world. And that too has been proven throughout my work, right? Because my research was about structural racism in urban education. And I wanted to understand how is it that, my school district only gets $7,000 per pupil and another school gets $13,000 per pupil, right? And I think living in systems of inequity, I got to understand them and put definition to it when I got to college. And that, again, I think that's what sparked the fuel. And inequity in all types of forms. I think initially I began to think about racial inequity. And then I said, I'm a woman. Wait a minute. And I began to experience things based off of my gender identity, right? And so the intersection of race, class, and gender and how that affects people's material reality, the way that they are able to afford a house, what jobs they select, what educational systems they engage in, right? And when you see the injustice in the fact that race, gender, and class really determines your material outcome in life, right? It determines whether or not you can achieve generational wealth. It determines whether or not you go to Harvard or you go to community college, where you grow up, and the identities that you possess affect your material reality.
Yeah. And it's kind of this exponential with each step, more opportunities open up or don't open up. And then it's like you have now this kind of compounded effect of each step that somebody has taken and whether they've had access to things or not. I've heard the saying of like talent is evenly distributed, but opportunity is not.
Yes. 100%. I love that. Repeat that 2 more times.
Yeah. We'll say it a little louder for the people in the back, right?